And we're live. Hello, everyone, and shout out to each and every one of you. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to your girl Siren right here on the Siren Speak show. Oh, we are all over the place. Okay, please excusez-moi. I always ask y'all, please excusez-moi. Okay, because it is just so much going on with me in my life. For those of you who know, you know. So I thank you for your patience. I know it's probably a little early because it's supposed to be, y'all, it is what it is, okay? It is what it is. But shout out to y'all and thank you guys so much for your patience and for tuning in. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Y'all, the request for relationship advice is tremendous. And I don't understand, why. So we're going to be talking about love. We're going to be talking about relationships. We're going to be talking about dating. We're going to be talking about things to look for, red flags in dating, when to leave, okay, when to stay, who should get a chance, who shouldn't, okay. We're going to talk about all of that, and we're going to have some Q&A, okay, at the end of the live. So we're going to talk about specific questions from those of you who will be reaching out. Okay. So before we get started on the Siren Speak show, you guys, we have to go ahead and give a shout out to all of the sponsors of the Siren Speak show. And please be advised, you guys, the thoughts, okay, the belief systems, the wisdom of the Siren Speak show are not those of my sponsors, okay? So we want to shout out to Poppin' Quaz. You guys, that is a soul food restaurant in Cecil, Georgia. It is at the lower part of Georgia. So if ever you're at the bottom half of Georgia or the top half of Florida, you guys may want to see if you can stop by, pull a little drive by and get you a nice little good old plate of food, okay? So shout out to Poppin' Quaz. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring the Siren Speak show. We also want to give a shout out to Fam First Entertainment. You guys, that is a Miami-based record label. So if ever you feel like you want to get your if you want to get your little singing on, honey, then make sure you go ahead and check them out. You can go to famfirstentertainment.com and you can see if you can get your little sign on, okay? Shout out also to Southern Soul LA. You guys, that is a LA-based, okay, soul food restaurant. You guys, if ever you are in the LA area, you definitely want to make sure that you check out Southern Soul LA. Get you a plate of food. I don't care where you are. You could go there. You can Uber Eats. You can, however you eat, just get there if you can. Okay, get you a nice plate of food from Southern Soul LA. I'm telling you, that plate comes with a testimony. I'm telling you now. That's all I got to say. That plate comes with a testimony. Okay. We also want to give a shout out to YBMB Bookkeeping. I think I'm going to get faster with it with time. That's really my goal. But YBMB Bookkeeping, you guys, that stands for Your Business is My Business Bookkeeping. For those of you who need financial advice, you need financial guidance, you need someone to help you, bookkeep all of your bookkeep all of your finances together, as well as, filing your taxes and things of that nature. You guys, reach out to YBMB Bookkeeping, you guys, and definitely make sure you get your finances in order, okay? So thank you guys so much to each of my sponsors for the sponsoring of the Siren Speak show. All right. Hey to everyone who's tuning up into, shout out to each and every one of you. Thank you guys for coming in and giving this video a big old fat thumbs up. I appreciate it. Yes, I do. Okay. So you guys, we're talking about relationships. We're talking about dating, not just relationships, but dating. Okay. Because you guys hit me up with advice and, not with advice, for advice, asking about the dating process and things of that nature. And y'all, y'all know how Siren think. I've gone over this, I thought before, but those of you definitely want a refresher. And we have a lot of new gems who are tuning into the Siren Speak show, as well as to my vlogs. And, you guys have some questions. Now, please be advised, if you guys are leaving comments under my vlogs, I don't see them. Okay. I don't get them. I don't see them. I don't know what's going on because I'm not able to see the comments for whatever reason. I guess I'm going to have to reach out to Google. Google said, I did reach out to Google. Google said you might have to reach out to YouTube, and YouTube say, yeah, we don't talk to everybody. So it is what it is on that end, but I appreciate you guys. Okay. So when it comes to, relationships, we're talking about relationships. We're talking about getting involved with someone outside of ourselves. Okay. For all my single ladies, put your hands up. Okay. For those of you who are single and you are out here, you are looking for a relationship. I mean, you're only going to get what you vibrate towards, right? That's one thing I think we need to understand when it comes to relationships, because you can get with somebody who can literally waste your time. Okay. And I always tell you guys, time is one of the most precious gems that you have. Okay. Your time, you cannot get that back. So you don't want to waste your time with the wrong person. Everybody who comes into your life has a specific reason, either to help you to get ahead or to keep you stuck. Okay. And a lot of times we can be with people who are in our life just to keep us stuck and stagnant. A lot of these people here, I like to call them NPCs, those are people who really don't have a soul. And when I say that, they don't have a mission in life. They're just like, just like streetwalkers. They just don't have a mission in life. They're disconnected from their soul. And, these people, the way to, understand them is you will know when somebody don't have no soul. Okay. You will know when somebody just bland and just holding you still in that space. When you are with somebody, when you start to take that relationship to the next level, you should see yourself grow. You should be, if you're with somebody for 5 years, I want you to look at where you are on that 5th year and where you were when you first met this person. Has your life changed in any way? And we're not talking about, I'm a baby mama now. Now we got kids. That's not what we're talking about. I'm not talking about having children. You know what I'm saying? To say, we've been together 5 years and we got 2 kids or 3. We're not talking about that. We're talking about you as an individual, you as a whole, you as your satisfaction into where your goals, have your goals been met, things of that nature. Okay. When you get involved with somebody, you guys, they should be there to actually assist you with getting ahead. Okay. They should be there to assist you with leveling up. The minute you start to talk to a man, a lot of you ask me, Siren, how soon before I can ask him for some sort of assistance? How soon do you think he asking you for your phone number? That's how soon you can ask him for assistance. Okay. You think a man walking up to you and he see you and he's like, how soon can I wait before I ask for her phone number? Men are hunters. Okay. Men are hunters. They're going to go after exactly what it is that they want. Right. So you have to go after what it is that you want. Okay. You have to make yourself honestly available, unfortunately, to be hunted. Right. You have to make sure that the type of man that you want, you're vibrating to what it is he's looking for. When we look around and we say, I want a wealthy man, I don't, when I say a wealthy man, you guys, we're not talking about just financially, because a wealthy man is a man who has good health. Okay. A wealthy man is a man who also takes care of himself, right? So that he can be around long enough for you and he can give you, a lot of his golden years. You know what I'm saying? We have these men and a lot of them have like a big stomach, like that beard. That's not okay. That's not cute. I don't care how much money he got. Okay. Now, unless you're just trying to not be in love with him and this just a quick lick for you. Okay. Beer belly it is. But somebody who is unhealthy, somebody who's, overweight, and I'm sorry, men, I just don't feel like y'all should be overweight. Y'all don't ever have to give birth to no kids. I don't know why y'all be having hips and be overweight and have boobs and stuff. That's just nasty and lazy. That means you ain't lifting nothing every day. Your arms droopy and saggy. You don't want that on a man. So you want a man with a nice physique. Now, I'm not saying he needs to be cut up and buffed, but he definitely needs to have a body that is in shape. You need to look more than just for his money, because one thing you're going to do is be intimate with him. And when you become intimate with him, you're going to become intimate with all of his bad habits, all of his low vibrations. Okay. So you shouldn't want to just engage with the guy and, I just want a guy with a lot of money. Now, unless, like I said, you just looking for somebody to take you out on a couple dates. Cause I was like that when I was younger. I told y'all I had my top 5. Okay. I had my sliders and stuff like that. I always was able to eat. I was never hungry, honey. I had every decent restaurant that they had to offer, all the bougie restaurants. Somebody's son was going to take me out to eat. Okay. So those were just my sliders. Those were just people who I probably go on like a couple dates with them. And when they get a little, they start expecting more or they start calling me more, I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? I back away, and I'm just like, yeah, I ain't really ready for all that. We just having a good time, you know what I'm saying? Come through, like I had them come through. They used to take me all over Miami, y'all. I would go out and have a good time. That's why I say, if you're single, I don't know why you're not mingling. Okay. If you're single, I don't know why you are not mingling. Okay. You should be out there having a really good time. You really shouldn't have to pay for nothing, because guys are always trying to impress you. So, well, some guys not. The guys who listen, y'all, the guys who you guys are talking to and are dating, I don't understand what dimension y'all finding these men in. Okay, I don't understand what dimension this is y'all finding these men in, because a guy should want to court you and take care of you. You should be able to ask him for anything, anytime, any day. You should not have to beg him. You should be comfortable asking him. A lot of you are saying, well, I don't feel comfortable asking him for money. You feel comfortable talking to him on the phone. You feel comfortable asking him about his baby mama. You feel comfortable asking him, everything else, but in regards to his finances, or asking him, listen, you just let him know what you're ready for. You have to let him know that, hey, listen, I'm a woman with children, or I'm a woman with a child. Okay. So, this is what I'm expecting for the next person I'm going to entertain. Are you that man? Very simple. I have bills that need to be paid, and I'm only interested in dating or being courted by a provider at this time. I expect a man to be in his full masculine energy, and you got to let him know I have bills. You're definitely going to have to contribute towards this, or this if you want to entertain me, or if you want to spend time with me, if you want to get to know me. We're going to be getting to know each other. Now, some men, okay, that's why I say you have to really be responsible. Don't just be out there asking for bags and shoes and, all that little petty stuff. That's what little churn do. Little churn do that, But don't be out there asking for, like bags and stuff like that. Get your bills paid. That way you can use the money you were going to have for that bill towards building yourself. Okay, you can use that money you was going to have for your bill towards doubling up on your car payment. You get him to pay one each month, and then you pay one. Now your car is paid off in 3 years instead of 6. You got to know how to allow a man to come in your life to bring about convenience. The reason we're not experiencing convenience is because we're asking for money, and we're using that money towards bullshit. We're using that money towards clothes, jewelry, shoes, things of that nature. Get that money and pay up on your light bill for 3 months. So in 3 months, whether he's there or not, your light bill is paid. Okay? But you have to make sure, and this is just really, a lot of men have an issue with this because men these days are not in their divine masculine energy. A lot of men are being feminized because, we have the food, we have the drinks, we have the air, we have a lot of things that are, providing a lot of, feminine, energy. And a lot of men their testosterone and everything is under attack right now. So we have to, as women, it is our responsibility to bring back the masculine in them. And the way you do that is by making sure he's in a masculine role. We can't have a man coming into our life that need help, that wants you to pay half of the bills because he cannot pay all the bills in the house. Now, it is okay for you to pay some of the bills. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have your credit card bills, you have your car payment, maybe he pays his car payment, he pays the mortgage, he pays the insurance, he pays majority of the bills, but you have your credit card bills for things that you do. So you pay on that. You have your car payment, and you pay on that. But he should be taking care of the majority of the bills inside of the house. You shouldn't be paying no cell phone bill because he got to call you. Okay? He got to call you. So he should be covering your cell phone bill. And what you do is you find a way to, any finances that you get, any finances that you're bringing in, you have to find a way to, invest those finances. If you guys are working towards marriage, then those finances can, and you can invest in like a hobby, and then you turn that hobby into a business, and now you're a CEO. Okay. Now you're a CEO. So now you can increase the energy of the household. Now, when we're coming to, dating, and let's say, I know a lot of you saying, Siren, well, I ain't get that far yet. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out how to get across the table on a date, right? I just want to, you always when you get ready to meet a guy, you guys, you should try to push a date within the first week. Okay. I don't think waiting, because then he's going to want to talk to you too much. You don't know if you even going to like him. If y'all don't go out on a date within the first week, now you're going to have to talk to him for a month and 2 months, and he can fill you up with all type of lies. Okay. You're going to have to get him on that date within 7 days. Show me yourself. That's what you're going to have to get him to do. Okay, within 7 days, a week after meeting, if you meet him on Monday, Saturday, y'all should be on a date. Okay, we got to stop lingering this stuff out. Then we give them our whole life. We talking on the phone with them all day. We texting them, hey, beautiful. Well, you will know if you're seeing me. Okay, what you wearing today, what you look like today, you will know if you're seeing me. I don't really trust meeting people like on the internet and stuff like that. I have never been an internet dating girl. Thank God. When I was out there in those streets, the internet wasn't popping like that. So all of this internet stuff is new, and it's just too much AI out here to be meeting somebody on the internet. I would say get yourself dressed, get yourself presentable, and go out into the world. Okay, if you want to find a hood dude, then go to the corner store in the hood. You know what I'm saying? If you want to find a nice gentleman, then you have to go places where nice gentlemen will be. Now, when it comes to a man is not going to be in like, Target. He's not going to be in like, Walmart. I mean, you can find men in Walmart, but what I'm saying is, typically the men who have a stable income, they have, a long time on their job, they have benefits and stuff like that. You're not going to find them in Target. You're not going to find them in Walmart. You're not going to find out. I'm going to tell you, you will find them in like, Chick-fil-A in a line. They might be getting something to eat on their way home. You could find them at, little odd places. You could find them maybe at Starbucks, getting ready to get them some coffee. You could find them, honestly, at the gas station. But it depends on where you at, what gas station, what area you in. You could find them at the gas station. Going to the grocery store, I don't think that's a good place to look for, like a nice dude. Although I met this dude in the grocery store, and I don't know about him. He gave I don't know what the hell. He told me his whole life in that damn aisle number 6, honey. He told me how much he make, how he had just started a job, what his benefits was, and all of this stuff. And I'm just it was weird. But you have to go places where men, okay, who have those type of benefits, who have those type of, jobs and stuff. You have to go where they are. You have to go where they play. I don't think like, let me see, maybe a football game. You can go places to like the golf course. Okay. Get you a little membership, honey. But go to the golf course. You can find them at like, basketball games and stuff like that, because a lot of them, they like to, enjoy themselves at stuff like that. Basketball games, you're really going to have to put the effort in, because he's not going to come to your door unless he's delivering a package. Okay. And although Amazon is a pretty decent company, I don't know about it being a pretty decent company to work for. I don't see longevity. I don't see retiring from Amazon. Amazon just a little too funny. What I'm saying, with their money, where they don't want to pay people, and they don't want you to retire. They don't want to give you all the benefits and stuff like that. So you got to definitely get yourself dressed up. Now you can go to like a nice hotel. Listen, I'm telling you something, get dressed up, honey. It's free, right? I told y'all this before. I say, go to a nice hotel, go out there to the Ritz-Carlton. Okay. Go out there to those nice hotels, and you definitely want to go to the food part, the little restaurant area. And all you need to have is either some ginger ale or soda, if you want, club soda, a water, and a nice Caesar salad, y'all. Okay, that'll probably be about $12.50, but at the bougie hotel, it might be about $20. Okay, but I'm telling you, if you do it right, the right person will come sit next to you, and they're gonna end up paying for your food. You ain't gonna have to pay for that $20 salad. All that's gonna be free, and he gonna be like, "Oh, that's all you wanted was a salad." You could be like, "Well, I'll go ahead and take that steak and potatoes." I'll go ahead and take that steak and potatoes. So you can go to a nice bougie hotel, you guys, and you can find someone there. All right. They could be on a business meeting. They may be flued out or whatever. Maybe they don't live in that area and they're just flying in for business, but that's great. If you do meet somebody like that, then, you can tell him, hey, I can't wait to see you. I would really love to see you again. And, you got to push for that time. It gives like flavor of love where you got to push for the time. You can't let him forget you. Okay. You can't let days go by without talking to him. That's not good at all. That shows zero to no interest. If he gets your number on Monday and he don't call you till Wednesday, you are not a priority. Okay. You are not like who he see himself with. Because one thing I'm gonna tell you is the minute a man meets you, the minute he introduces himself to you, he knows he's thinking about you just as much as you thinking about him if the vibe is there. Okay. And if he's not calling you or if he's not saying anything to you, he hasn't called you in a couple of days, then that's not good. Now, sometimes, okay, a man can be a little busy. And even the busy ones will call you, okay? But sometimes he can be a busy. Let's say you find like a corporate dude or whatever, and he's out there and he's doing whatever it is that he needs to do in life, and he's busy. He's in meetings and things of that nature. Then you find a way to keep you on his mind. You could just send him a cute little text. Don't send no pictures, okay? You could send him a cute little text to say, hey, really excited to hear from you again. Been waiting, whatever, just send them a cute little text, hey, how you doing? I know it's Tuesday. I know you're busy, but the minute you get a little free time, you can reach out. If you can reach out, I would greatly appreciate it. I would really love to hear from you again. You just cannot let a lot of time pass from when you meet because you have a short span window, okay, before he's going to show interest or if he's going to fall off, okay? Now, guys are going to show interest because, they want something. You know what they want. Okay, so you keep it while it's hot. If you're into him, then you have to really let him know. See, a lot of us, we don't know the conversations to have with the man. We really, as a woman, you have to nurture his emotions. You have to nurture his heart. You have to nurture his feelings, y'all. You're going to have to be soft. You can't just think you could sit there, don't say nothing, and he's just supposed to fall in love with you, and he's just supposed to be all for you, and you just the one, and it's all about you. No, you have to keep him interested, one, with your conversation, the way you talk to him. That's why I say you don't want to talk on the phone too much to him. What you want to do is get him on those dates, okay? Get him on those dates is what you want to do. Once you're sitting across the table over a good old meal, you know it, okay? And you just let him know, how you feel, what it is that you want, what it is that you expect. You have to have that healthy conversation with him, and don't ask about any of his exes unless he have children from them. If he have children from them, if it's a baby mama, then okay. But if it's not a baby mama, then you don't want to hear about her. Point blank and period. If you have no kids with her, if you have no, attachments with her, like if y'all had a business together and y'all still in business together, then yes, okay? But if there's no attachment still, then there's no reason for you to hear about her. And if he talk about her and keep bringing her up and the whole conversation, he want to talk about what she did wrong, you are not his therapist, okay? I am not sitting here for you to vent about what she done did to you and how you ain't get over it. Don't waste my time, okay? If you need therapy, that's what you should be on in a therapy session. You shouldn't be sitting across from me venting about what you experienced from your ex and how she did you wrong, because I don't care. Okay, I really don't care, and I don't care to hear that. So no interest in the ex if there are no children involved or if there are no contracts involved. Don't sit there and listen to it. If ever he gets to talking about his ex, you definitely want to be like, well, that sounds like something you haven't gotten over yet. I tell you what, when you get through that and you heal from that, we can go out on another date. You know what I'm saying? But don't sit there and be his therapist and listen to what it is that he have to say and all of his venting and all of that stuff. Okay. So I'm trying to see how I can wean this in here. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Anisha. Anisha in the building. Hey, y'all. So, let me see. Okay, so getting those dates. You want to go out. You definitely have to put the energy into yourself. You have to present the best version of you guys, when you're going out. Me personally, if I know if I just ran out to the store, I got some slides on, I got on a sundress, I got a bonnet on my head. Any man who try to talk to me, I will not exchange phone numbers with him. I will not engage in a conversation. I will not be interested in him. Because when a man sees you at your lowest, okay, when a man sees you like that, he's already put a budget on you. He's already but trust me, a man knows what type of dinner he's going to take you out to. He knows what hotel he would take you to. He already knows from the moment that he sees you. So when a man meets you or he sees you for the first time and you're looking good and you're glowed up and stuff, trust me, he's not going to approach you with no low vibrational or no low budget type of stuff. He's not going to do that. So when you're going out and you're looking for love, if you go out and like I said, you know you're not looking your best, you know you're not feeling your best, any man who try to talk to you, just dead that right there. That's it. Don't take no phone number. Don't exchange no phone number. I don't care if you feel like, oh, he's the one, he look good, this and that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Wait until you are in your right energy, okay? And then that's the guy who you want to move forward with. Okay, because he's ready for you at your highest moment. See, that other guy, he's ready for you at your lowest moment, and that's what he's going to be expecting the entire time. Well, when I met you, you didn't look like this. When I met you, you didn't have on no makeup. Why you want me to buy makeup? When I met you, your hair wasn't done. So why you want a wig now? You know, you don't want to engage or interact with nobody. So the minute you meet him, don't even give him your phone number when you know you are not looking, okay, your best, when you know you are not in your highest energy or feeling your best, okay? Because he's going to want to nickel and dime you, okay? I'm telling you now, he's going to want to nickel and dime you. Okay, so stepping out, you guys, when you are stepping out and you are presenting yourself to the world, you got to let the universe know that you're ready for somebody. You got to let the universe know that you're interested in a partner. Okay, you know, so you have to get yourself dressed up. You have to get yourself presentable, because when you do step out and you're not presentable, the universe is going to say, okay, she's not ready for a partner, or he's not ready for a partner. Okay, so you definitely want to let the universe know that you are ready. I'm going out and I'm going to make myself, you know, available for some sort of interaction to happen, you know. And when you feel good, you know, and you look good, you guys, it's going to really it's going to make him interested in you, and it's going to make you feel good about yourself. And I feel like when you are looking your best, you will when you are looking your best, you guys, you will be more interested in the person who's, you know, coming at you. When you are feeling your best, hey, how you doing? You know, if he say, hey, you know, what are you doing later? And you're like, you know, I'm free. And he's like, well, let's go out to dinner. Well, you know, that's a good restaurant. And you always pick your favorite restaurant. I don't know why y'all go to places you know you not going to pay on your own. You have to go to nice bougie restaurants. I'm serious, you guys. That is your time to go somewhere nice that you cannot or you have not been able to do for yourself. Do not go out and have no park. Okay, oh, let's go to Chick-fil-A and then go to the park and talk. No, we have plenty of time to do that after we marry. Right now, we in the early stages, we in the critical stages, and I want the best, okay? Because this is when you're going to get the best of the best of the best. The rest of that may come later in marriage and stuff like that. When he's gonna purchase you a home, you know, he's gonna get you a car, and he's gonna get you nice gifts for your birthday, and you know, stuff like that. He's gonna recognize you through those important dates. But that's when you're gonna get the best of the best of the best. So it's once you're married, okay, and then in the beginning of the relationship, right? So you have to make sure that you are going out. You have to know, like, get yourself a list. This is what I want you to do. Get yourself a list of restaurants that you really want to go to, okay? And you will only go to these restaurants on a date, okay? These are nice restaurants that you really want to go to, that you really want to eat at. Write down a list. I don't care how many. It could be 1, 3, 5, 10, 28. It doesn't matter. Write you down a list of restaurants, okay, that you want to go to. Right? Write down the perfect date that you would like, okay? Another thing, do not let him plan the date. Oh my God, you're going to end up at Waffle House, okay? And he's going to call it Waffle House. I'm taking you to a nice restaurant, girl. What he said, Waffle House. Listen, you're going to end up at Waffle House, okay? You plan the date. Do not let the man plan the date, because he's going to take you somewhere within a budget that he has set for you. Because there's a girl that he probably feel like, okay, I want to really impress her. You know what I'm saying? But another girl, she all right. She ain't really, you know, I don't really know about this. You know, you don't want to do that. So you want to plan the date. Do not, if you want to have a great date, you have to plan it. He's going to take you to a fast food drive-thru. He's going to take you to Red Lobster, and then he's going to take you to the park. So you have to plan a date, and plan a date to do things that, you're in a big environment. Okay. Like, let me see whatever a great day would be for y'all. Okay. You can plan that, but you want to make sure that you are planning out the date. Do not let him plan out the date. Do not let him take you where he want to go. Absolutely not. Because when he takes you where he wants to go, then, he can plan like listen, when you out here dating, you got to be careful. That's why I say you got to go to places places that, you know how to get from there. You know where y'all going and stuff like that. He need the GPS. He don't know where it's at. So he can't make no slick moves. He can't make no sharp turns, none of that craziness. You want to definitely make sure that you are in main control throughout the entire experience. Okay. Especially if you're going to be riding with him. Do not let him take you where he wants to go. If you want some good food, if I like spaghetti, or I like a good steak, or I like a good crab cake, or whatever it may be, you want to stay in control. Do not let him plan the date. Do not let the man plan the date. You're going to pick exactly where you want to go. If it's a good movie that you wanted to see, go to a good restaurant, and then afterwards, we're going to go to the movies. Okay, because that's probably going to be a few times that you're going to get him to go to the movies. Because trust me, husbands will fall asleep in the theater with you. Okay, it's not going to be that fun once he becomes a husband. He's going to, you want to tell, oh, baby, quiet, you're loud. We in the movies. What you doing? So this will be one of very few times that he may want to go to a movie with you. Okay, so yes, get him to maybe take you out to a movie that you want to see. Write down a movie that you want to see. If a movie comes out, and write that down. Okay, on my next date, I'm going to go see this movie, which means the movie is going to be in a theater for about a month. So you got a month. Okay, you got 1 month to get ready for that date. Okay, so you also have to, you have to get out there, y'all. I know a lot of us are busy because we're working and, we're doing things and, we're running errands. We have responsibility of the household, the kids, the pets, the husband. We have all of this responsibility, and it's just like we're too busy to put energy into ourselves. You're going to have to prioritize yourself. If you want to have a healthy love life, the first love is going to come from you. And you're going to need to prioritize yourself. And when I say prioritize yourself, I ain't talking about getting your nails done. That's not prioritizing yourself. Oh, Siren, I got me a new wig. I got me 2 new outfits. No, we're talking about honestly prioritizing yourself. Sometimes that can come with getting some counseling. Working on your mental health, you guys. Okay. If you still mad at your ex, you still mad at your baby daddy, you still mad at the person you was with 3 relationships ago, whatever happened in that relationship still triggers you, and, get you some counseling. When you want to have a healthy relationship, you have to be a healthy person. You're going to attract, the way you are, who you are, how you respond to things. That's what the universe is going to match you with. Remember, like attracts like. If you're unhealed, then you're going to attract somebody who's unhealed. Right? So, put your mental health forward. If you feel like you need some sort of counseling, you need to get some things off of your chest. If maybe you have some things from your childhood that is still affecting you today, you don't want to carry that into your next relationship. You don't want him to have to deal with that. That's something you need to deal with. That's something you need to be responsible for, and having that taken care of before you even introduce yourself to a man, or before you even try to get involved in another relationship. You got to let go of whatever that trauma is, that whole bag, that you carrying on your back, because you don't want to carry that into this next relationship. Because what he's going to do is trauma dump. He's going to dump all his trauma on you, and both of y'all going to be looking at how y'all exes was both wrong, how y'all done been dogged out, how y'all done been treated bad, how y'all a good person, but y'all keep meeting all the wrong people. What is that saying? Do you want a man who keeps meeting the wrong women? That means you're just next in line. Okay? You're just next in line. So the more you heal yourself, the more of a healed person you will attract. Okay. So let's say if we have a guy who, because there's different types of men. There's different types of, men out here that can introduce themselves to us, different types of men out here that we can meet, we can get involved with, and things of that nature. You need to know what you like in a man. Don't settle for a short guy because he got a lot of money. Oh, he got money, and he's short. Trust me, there's a lot that comes with that. When you sacrifice yourself, there's a lot that comes with that. You want to make sure you write down what type of man you like, what type of relationship you want, okay? And you have to focus on it. If you want a good man, you have to become a good woman, okay? If you want a healthy man, you have to become a healthy woman. Because in a relationship, you know, it's like if you are, let's say, vegan and you're working on your health, you're very health conscious, you know, you're like, I don't really eat processed foods and stuff like that. You think you're going to get with somebody who won't Chick-fil-A all day? That's going to disgust you. It's going to irritate you, right? And we shouldn't want to change people. If he wants to eat Chick-fil-A, then let him eat Chick-fil-A. We shouldn't want to change people. We shouldn't force people to live a lifestyle that we live. It should be willing that he says, oh, wow, I love the way that you eat. I love the way you take care of your body. You know what? I'm going to try that too. He may become that way. He may, you know, start to engage. But if he doesn't, that's going to create a lot of conflict. And then that's going to create some tension in the connection. Because now you're going to have kids from somebody who's a huge meat eater. And you're going to want your kids to probably be vegan. You're probably not going to want to feed them meat. And guess what? When he take them out, he take them to get Chick-fil-A. And now you're pissed off. You should have left that in the beginning. Don't hold on to anything past its expiration date. You will know the expiration date because it will start to get uncomfortable. It will start to not feel good to be there anymore, to be engaged with it anymore, to be connected to it anymore. It will not feel good. Okay. Anisha, you say I needed to hear all of this. You be right on point every time. Yes, shout out to you, right? Shout out to you, Anisha. Okay. So yeah, let's keep going. All right. So you have to make sure that you, just like the man go after the type of woman he wants, as a woman, you have to accept the man. Don't take a guy's phone number or don't give a guy your phone number just because he asks for it. He has to qualify for that phone number. You can ask him questions right then and there. Okay. I am that type of person. A guy asked me for my phone number. I would be like, oh, I got a little man in here, y'all. I would be like, why do you want my phone number? You know, what is it that you want from me? What is it that you want to do, you know, for me? Do you know I'm a woman with children? Are you ready to date a woman with children? You know, and if you don't want to date a guy with small children, you ask him, do you have small children? Y'all, we got to stop finding out late after we done gave him our number and we on the phone with him. Ask him right then and there. When you got his presence right there, ask him right then and there because he asking you for your phone number right then and there. You know, so you want to make sure that you're asking him all of those right questions and you know what you want and you know what you don't want. If you don't want to date a guy with small children, then do not give your phone number to a guy with small children. If you don't want to date a guy who, let's say, has pets, because you need to know, some people are not into pets. Some people are into pets. Oh my God, you have how many dogs? How many cats? Oh my God, you have cats? You know, you have to know that you may have a cat allergy. You may feel like I don't really want to date someone who has pets because, you know, y'all tend to be a little too loving for the pet and friendly. A lot of people don't like that. They really, truly don't. Like a lot of people don't want to date people who got young children. You know what I'm saying? You have to know how to ask all the right questions. You got to know what you want and what you don't want. And I think a lot of us, we don't know what we want and we don't ask those questions. We don't ever get to that knowledge. It's like, I don't know if he got kids. Okay, why did he get your phone number? Why did you give him your phone number? Remember, this is going to go back to mental health. Okay, why are you so quick to give yourself to somebody who you don't know if they deserve you? You don't know if they deserve that conversation you're going to give them on the phone. Right? So you have to ask him. He asked for your phone number. Now you have to ask him, okay, well, you're interested in dating me, I'm assuming, right? Okay, well, do you have any small children? Right? Do you live in this state? Right? All type of questions that you want to know. How long have you been at your job? You'll meet a man and he had just been on spot of the job 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? 2 weeks ago, he just started his job. He wasn't working for like 2 years. He was staying with his brother because he was down. He was down and out, right? You don't know none of that and you just gave this dude your phone number. Okay, now you got to find all that out later. He got your phone number, so you know he's going to keep calling you. So that's why I say before you even give them your phone number, you have to know exactly what it is that you're giving who it is that you're giving your phone number to. Okay, you really, truly do. So you're going to ask those healthy questions in the beginning. Stop being afraid to ask these questions, y'all. Stop being afraid to ask these questions. Okay. Before he gets your phone number, know what you want, know what you don't want. Okay. Hey, you know what? I really don't like taking out the trash. Are you a take out the trash type of guy? Some guys don't like taking out the trash, but you didn't ask him that. You never asked that question. If you know that's something that you like, if you like a man who takes the trash out, okay? Because some dudes will come over to your house in and out, and never take the trash out. They will walk right past that bag of trash in your garbage. They will walk right out the door and act like they don't see it and come over there every other day. Okay? Sometimes they'll smell the trash and still won't take it out. So you got to know what it is that you like. And that's what I'm saying. Don't be so quick to give everybody your phone number. Do not, because you don't want to regret that. Remember, you're looking for love. If you're dating for love, you guys, if you're dating because you're ready to be in a healthy relationship, you're ready to get married, you're ready to settle down, then okay. Okay. That's a good thing. Some of us, for those of us who just want to have fun, we just want to have a good time. We want to meet a couple of friends and, be able to have some good conversations with people. It doesn't have to go far beyond that. And I always tell you, the minute they want to become intimate, then you break it off at that. Like, look, I'm really not ready for that. We have a good time. And I really do value, our friendship. I really do have a great time whenever I'm with you, but I'm just not ready to take anything to the next level. So, whenever you got my number, you know what I'm saying? If ever you want to, have a good time or go out, have a good plate of food, I'm down, you know what I'm saying? But you have to be honest with him. A lot of us, we like to, lie. We like to manipulate, that's starting under some other energy. And y'all know Siren is not for that energy whenever you're manipulating somebody. I know not many of you, but there are those of you who have said, I don't want to let him know I got kids. Why? Why? You don't want him to know what he's getting into. You want him to make a decision based on a percentage of the information. He could really like you, but what if he don't want to date a woman with kids? That's not being fair to him. That's why I say you don't want to go in manipulating him. You really, truly don't. Okay? So there are certain things about you. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you. Now, listen. One thing I'm going to tell you is some things you can keep to yourself. Now, if you are a woman on Section 8, the government pay your bills. I don't understand why women who on Section 8 let these dudes come stay with them or date these dudes and tell them, oh, my rent only $3. My rent here is $2,800, boo. He would not know I'm on Section 8. Now, that's something I feel like you shouldn't tell him. Okay, because he's gonna be like, oh, you don't even pay. You know how much money you will come up on? You don't have to pay no rent, and you have all these dudes, inviting. And I'm not saying to lie to him. I'm saying you don't have to bring. If he don't ask you, are you on Section 8? You know what I'm saying? If he say how much the rent for your house or where you living at, then you let him know how much the rent is. You don't let him know how much you paying because Section 8 paying that rent, right? So you don't have to say, well, the rent is $2,800. Section 8 pay, X amount, and I pay this. No, how much is the rent for the place you stay? Oh, the rent over here is $2,500. You don't have to say that you're on Section 8. Okay. A lot of us, we are couponing. Okay. We are couponing out here. Y'all not dating. Y'all are couponing. Y'all giving them too much information so they don't have to go all the way. Oh, I go to this place right here and I get my wigs for cheap. All wigs up in there be $40. Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? Don't let him know that you like to coupon, you like discount. You don't have to give away all that information, y'all. That's what I'm saying. Y'all be helping them pay you less or give you less or take you on cheaper dates and stuff like that. Oh, we don't got to go out there to eat. No, yes, we do. Have a good time. Have a wonderful date. Experience things that you would have never experienced on your own. Go to bougie restaurants. Have a $150 steak. Have a $200 lobster. Okay? Because you deserve it. You're going to get out there and you're going to experience that. Also, whenever you go on a date with a guy, if ever you drive your car to meet him, because you really don't want him coming to pick you up. If ever you drive your car to meet him, the first place you're going to meet him before y'all get to the restaurant, before y'all get to wherever y'all going is the gas station. Okay. Meet him at, I really do look forward to us going out tonight, but I don't have any gas in my car, so if anything, I would need for you to put some gas in my car, if you don't mind. Like, for real, y'all, get him to put the gas in your car. Get him pumping your gas. Get him to paying for your gas to keep you, going where it is you got to go. Because a lot of y'all could be on your last trying to meet somebody, or we got to stop trying to be so masculine to make it look like, oh, we're doing so good. Then why do you need a man? If you're doing so good, why are you going on dates, right? We got to stop being too masculine, making it look like, oh, I got it already. I got all this money. Women, you're already coming off in competition with him. You're already coming off like, oh, I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? He needs to be needed. That's why he's seeking a woman. He wants somebody to take care of. But if you're being the type of woman to say, oh, I don't need you, I don't need the money, oh, I got it, oh, I bought this, I bought my own car. Y'all love that. Y'all love to come off with this independent conversation in front of a dude. You are now the enemy. He don't want to be with a woman who got herself together unless he's a feminine man. Unless he don't want to take care of you, but he want to enjoy the benefits of being with you. Then he's going to, whatever you say, yes, dear, yes, dear. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get you a feminine man, somebody who's going to, yes, ma'am, yes, dear, all day long, because he's going to want to not have to be stressed to pay any bills. Okay, he's going to want to take his little or make a little bit of money and only give you a little bit towards your bills. Why? Because you got it. You got it. All he got to do is sit there and lay down the pipe. And you taking care of everything else. Even if you got it, I don't care if you make millions of dollars. Allow yourself to be taken care of. Allow yourself to be taken care of. Allow him to open the door for you. Allow him to take you out to eat. Allow him to buy you a nice dinner. Allow him to take care of you. When you meet him, if y'all dating or if y'all going out for that whole month, by the next month, he should be paying your cell phone bill. He want to keep talking to you, he got to keep that phone on. Because why are you keeping the phone on for him to keep calling you? He need to be paying that cell phone bill. Okay? So what you do is you take and you put him on do not answer, right? And then you call him from a different number. Oh, hey, honey, how you doing? Oh, I know you've been probably calling me, but my phone is off, honey. You don't mean off as in disconnected. You mean just off. But you don't have to tell him that. You know what I'm saying? I always say there's a way to be honest, okay? But then you can get into lies, but we want to keep it honest. Oh, my phone is off. And then he's going to think you mean that your phone is off, like disconnected. He's going to say, oh my God, how much is your phone bill? Is this? And then he could either give you that money or he's going to go to the phone company and he's going to pay your phone bill. Okay. But a lot of this can be avoided if you just feel comfortable telling him, listen, boo, I just feel like you should be, I want you to start paying my cell phone bill. That's the least you can do. I mean, I know we just met. You already ain't paying no major bills. You ain't paying a car note. You know what I'm saying? I'm driving to see you, or, I've been cooking, bringing you food to work. You know what I'm saying? That's gas. That's gas. And in the light in the house, there's lights. That's all of this stuff that I have to do until you guys decide to come together and merge. Okay. Your finances merge together as a couple, as a union. He's going to have to pay for your time. And that's what a lot of you need to do. You need to become the CEO. And you're hiring for a position of a boyfriend. Okay? Is he qualified? Does he meet the qualifications of the type of boyfriend that you're looking for? A boyfriend that's going to be good for the company, that is you. You want somebody who's very, hardworking. Okay, you want somebody who's loyal, somebody who's on time, somebody who's trustworthy, somebody who's willing to grow. Because you damn sure don't want to get with no man who's trying to be stuck and lazy. All he want to do is work a job and feel like that's all he need to do. He come home, sit on the phone and scroll for the rest of the day until he get ready to go to work the next day. No, that's not what you want. That's not what you want. Okay. So yes, you have to now become the CEO. And you have to make sure that you are hiring and bringing in the right people, the right men. And like I always tell you, when you start dating one person, see, a lot of y'all be trying to be the wife, like day one, y'all be trying to be the wife. Y'all want to not really be the wife, but y'all want to act like the wife before you get the ring. Do not become the wife. Do not cook for him like that. I don't care how good you cook. I don't care how good your food tastes. You cook for him once every purple moon, okay? Until y'all start to get and form a union and become more committed. Do not cook for him. Do not give, you know what I'm saying? Do not do all of that extra stuff. You keep it very plain Jane, and you make sure that you say, no, this is for my husband. That's for my husband. Okay, that's the type of stuff I do for my husband. Oh, I don't do that for, my boyfriend. My boyfriend, oh no, he doesn't have to work for that. Just like when you hire for a company, okay, you don't get those benefits until you reach executive level. That's when you get that 1 month of vacation time. Y'all giving them all the benefits and they just started. They've been there 30 days, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, and they already got they know everything about you, every hole that you got. They know everything. Do not give him the benefits of you until you are married, engaged, some form of commitment. Give him something to look forward to. When he gets bored with one thing, then he know what he got to do to step it up. But if you give in and you give it up right away, and now he has, I done got the advantage, he ain't gonna want you to stop after that. Well, we already did it once. Okay, we already tried it once. So you got to make sure he knows. Let him know, well, just so you know, this right here, I do that for my husband. I don't do that for my boyfriend. Okay, this right here, this type of entertainment, I do that. I cook for my husband, right? I'm not cooking for my boyfriend like that. Even though you cook, you got kids. Yes, I'm home and I'm cooking dinner for the kids. Oh, I want a plate. No, you don't. If you want a plate, you better go get that ring. Okay, you want a plate? Go get the ring. Okay, you give him like one plate here, one plate there, and you let him know I cook for my husband. Okay, so just so you know. And if he walks out on that, then that's his business. He wasn't for you anyway, right? Because a real man is going to want to enjoy the full benefits of you no matter what it takes if he's into you like that. He's going to want to marry you. He's going to want to propose to you because he's like, dang. He's going to appreciate the fact that, dang, she ain't even giving it up like that. She ain't cooking like that. You know what I'm saying? And you show him respect. You show him you're a nice, classy lady, okay? You got yourself together. You got yourself together. You don't need him. You want him. And you need to tell him that. That needs to be a part of your healthy conversation. I don't need you. I want you. Okay? That's more than needing you. Right? I want you. I'm interested in you. Okay? Let him know that. Make him feel, and I think a lot of us, we're just too masculine. I'm not going to say that. I don't want him to think. Why wouldn't you want him to think that? You want him to love you. You want him to be in love with you. Then you have to make sure that you put that little bit of finesse in there. You got to make sure that you're giving him 100% of what it is that he's looking for. And even if you're not giving it to him fully, you're giving him the idea that you can get that, but this is what it's going to take to get that. So when it comes to love, you guys, when it comes to relationships, it's just all about what you want. A lot of you need to make up your mind on what you want and stop accepting anybody who asks for your phone number. Okay. The minute he asks for your phone number, he's interested in you. Right. But then you have to ask those questions because, see, I don't really have time for anybody right now. Whatever you don't like, you got to ask. Are you married? OK. You're married, or either you're not married. If you are married, then, okay, so I don't date married men, or I don't have an interest in a married man. Okay, I appreciate your, trying to get in contact with me, but, we're going to end this right here, right? Because a lot of us be dating men, or we have these connections with men and they be married and we don't know. Why? Because you never asked. You never asked. So they're not going to give you information. They'll talk about their ex all day, but they'll never talk about their finances like that unless they make pretty decent money. But even when they make pretty decent money and it's that loan money, they don't really have open conversations like that. Okay, they really truly don't. They don't really care to volunteer any financial information. So you're going to have to, ask him. And if he feels uncomfortable talking about his finances, you let him know, okay, listen, so what do you have as far as your investments in the future? Like, do you have like a 401k? Like, what are your investments? What investments are you tapping into right now? Do you have a Fidelity account? Are you investing in anything in the stocks? What is it that you have to secure your future? If he don't answer that and he's like, if all he say is I got a savings account, y'all better grab listen, first eat your food, okay? Enjoy your food. Then you go grab your purse and that's when you're gonna leave. All he got is a savings account. Oh my God. Okay, is it at least a high interest savings account? How much interest have you earned on your savings account in 2025? Don't say this year, say last year. How much interest have you earned on your savings account in 2025? Because you have to understand this is a relationship that may be longevity for you. So you want to know all of these things. You want to make sure that you know all of these things. Okay. Don't be afraid to discuss his finances, because that's how you're going to know how stable of a man he is, based upon not just his financial income, but his financial moves, the way he moves his money, the way he, works with his money. The things that he engage in when it comes to his finances, or is he just slinging his money out the door as soon as it comes in? Is he building anything? You know what I'm saying? Is he earning any type of interest? Right? What benefits do you have? Because a lot of men on jobs, they be on a job, but they don't be having no benefits, y'all. They haven't signed up for any benefits. They just taking a whole paycheck. You know what I'm saying? So they really haven't signed up for any of the business, the cafeteria plans, the 401k. They haven't signed up for anything. So, if you feel like you have a dude who has potential, okay, then maybe you're like, well, Siren, he hasn't signed up for anything. He's been on his job like 5 years and, he just go to work, come home. Then you have to invest in him. Now, and when I mean that, I mean, like, now you have to say, hey, honey, I really think you should sign up for your 401k, see what type of plans that they have for you to invest your money. I really feel like you should, start to invest in some type of stock plans. I really feel like you should invest in some type of gold or silver. Like, we really want to find a way to make your money grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you do have to help them out. They don't know any better. Now, usually this is a guy in maybe his 20s or 30s. When he in his 40s, if he's still like that, then I don't know, y'all. I don't know about that one. Now, if he in his 40s and he don't have health insurance, okay, he don't have any type of 401k, I'm telling you now, walk away. Walk on by. Just walk on by, okay? So yeah, there are some men that are worth the investment, meaning investing your time in them and educating them, because they don't all know any better. I ain't gonna lie. They do not all know any better. Okay. So you definitely want to be able to recognize those who are worth your time, who are worth investing. Those who are worth investing, they will listen to you. Because when you give him that conversation and say, hey, everybody, don't read the comment. Hey, that was Lindsay saying, hey, everybody, I just read that. I'm like, what? But when you give him that type of conversation and you're like, hey, baby, I really think you should invest in 401k. I noticed, the other day when we were talking, you were saying that you don't have any health insurance. I definitely would love for you to get some health insurance. I know some great doctors that I can, schedule you an appointment, because you want your man on point. Okay. You want his health good, y'all, because he's going to have to work to pay them bills. Right. So you definitely want to make sure that, when you're having those conversations with him, he get that follow up. If he don't come back to you within a little while to say, hey, I went to work the other day and I asked the HR lady about, 401k, and she gave me this paperwork. You seen this before? Because a lot of times it'd be a lot of paperwork and they don't know how to fill it out. You know what I'm saying? And you could be like, oh, okay, you could sit down and you can help him to, fill out that paperwork and get things done. Okay. So yes, and then like I say, he will follow up. And if he don't follow up, you can be like, hey, honey, remember that conversation we had last week about, you getting health insurance and you investing your money? Hey, this is some paperwork that I printed out from the internet in regards to investing in some silver or gold, or you can always create like a Fidelity account and you can invest in a lot of the stock market. I can put the app up on your phone right now. You want me to? You know what I'm saying? You may have to take it to that next level. Okay. You want to make sure that you are investing that type of energy into him, because this is your future that you're building as well. This is going to be the provider of your future. All right. All right. Let me see what you guys are saying. Hey, Lindsay up in the building. Hey. You say, okay, how do you decide when a friendship has run its course? When it doesn't feel good, when it no longer feels good, that it has run its course. When it doesn't feel good to be like, when you don't want to talk to that person, or you just like, ugh. You know, when they call, when you go around them, you feel drained. You don't feel as excited about, reaching out to them. You don't feel as excited to be around them anymore. There's no interest. Your heart doesn't, flutter when you're in their presence. Then that's when you know it has run its course. I always tell you guys, once something has expired, just like milk, just like food, when it expires, it doesn't taste good anymore. It's no longer good for you. It's no longer healthy. And that connection will only drain you, and it will only keep you exhausted. Okay. It then becomes more of a danger to stay in contact with that person, because now this person is going to siphon and drain your energy, because now you're in a connection to where you're no longer happy, which means you're only going to get misery out of it. And we know we don't want to live in misery. Okay. We do not want to live in misery. So the minute it doesn't feel good anymore, it's time to move on. If that person is not trying to change or grow, and before you do that, you have to make sure again that you have these healthy conversations. Let them know what you expect. A lot of us, we just expect people to know what we want and what we don't want. We expect them to know what we like and what we don't like. Have you given that person a fair chance to say, hey, well, when I come around you, you're doing this and I don't like that. If that person continues to do it, then that's when okay, it's time to go away. But if you haven't said anything to that person and you're just allowing yourself to be annoyed every time you go around them and they keep doing that thing and you haven't said anything, then you haven't given them a fair chance to correct the problem. Okay, you haven't given them a fair chance to correct the problem. So for as long as you've had a healthy conversation, you've expressed yourself, that person has expressed themselves, and you just like, okay, I know what you want. You know what I want. I know what you like. You know what I like. And if that person continues to do something you don't like, then it's time to go. Okay, let me see. Anybody else have any questions up and through? Hold on, y'all. Let me get some water. I cannot pronounce that name, so excusez-moi. Okay. Y'all put y'all questions in the chat, okay? If you have questions in regards to relationships, if you have questions in regards to dating, okay? For those of you who feel comfortable dating, I told y'all, put it out there, put your demands out there, let them know in the beginning so they're never confused. Don't get with them and be with them for 5 months and then expect them to start paying bills. And they're like, well, I didn't know I was going to have to pay bills. I didn't know I was going to have to help you. I made all this time, you ain't been needing my help. Let them know in the beginning, okay? Let them know in the beginning, all right? All right, let me see. Do y'all have any other questions while we on here, y'all? Anybody have any questions in regards to love, in regards to relationships? Okay. I was going to call y'all, but I'm like, I guess we could just put it in the chat, call y'all. I was going to take calls, but I guess we can just put it in the chat, y'all. If y'all have any questions, okay. And we'll go from there, because y'all know I be needing a little break when I talk, okay? Okay, Miss Lindsay, you should say I do. Hold on. We're going to let Lindsay ask her question. Lindsay, you want to do it on the phone? Because that might be a lot to type, okay? Hold on. All right, let's get Lindsay on the phone. Lindsay got a call. A question, y'all. Let's get Lindsay on the phone, Lindsay. Lindsay on the line. Hey, Lindsay.
Hey, Siren.
Hey.
You got me on the live? Because I was watching you from my phone. Let me put it on the TV.
Yep. Oh, Lord, I don't know. Okay.
Okay, so my question was, and I guess it was like a long, drawn-out question, so that's why it was taking me so long, but I just shortened it up. But I'm trying to understand, like, when you put yourself out there as a woman, mm-hmm. and you shoot your shot or whatever, things are going good, you're communicating, and then somebody just ghosts you. I'm trying to understand, why does that happen? And granted, I've explored the spiritual side and, you know, the other side, and I would like to get your perspective on that.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna hang up, okay? And then we're gonna talk on the live so you could tune in back on your phone.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. So when somebody ghosts you, okay, a man is only going to ghost you. One, when he feels a little intimidated, okay, maybe he feel like I lied, you know, she wants this, or, you know, she wants too much from me, and he probably can't accommodate the things that you want and or need, okay, then he may feel the need to kind of like ghost you or pull back. Or if he just have an outside life that he's not telling you about, you know, he could have been lying. That's why I say ask those healthy questions. Are you involved with anyone at this time? And let him know it's okay. When you first meet a guy, y'all, come on now. You can't be too strict on him to be like, oh, you got to be with me and only me. Like, you got to give him some time to wean out of that situation, right? And you got to now understand that you're in a game right now. Now you're trying to play this game to win. So you're going to have to get his interest and keep it on you. Okay, if he wasn't interested in that other person that he's with, then he wouldn't have been coming to you. He wouldn't have been, you know, trying to check you out or get to know you. But sometimes as women, we lose their interest, y'all. We can lose their interest with our conversation. Men likes to be stimulated. We have to stimulate them with our conversation, with our looks. Men like to see. They like to hear. They like to feel. You know what I'm saying? And not saying let them fill you up, but when you go on a nice date, you can hold his hand as y'all walking in a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? You can, you know, when he put his arm around you and you put yours right back around his lower back, you know, they like to feel that type of stuff right there. And then they feel secure when they're with you. When you walk into an establishment with them and you're hand in hand, you know what I'm saying? You're giving him something different that he's probably not getting elsewhere. Right? Your role and your position is to win the game, right? That's what it is. So you have to be able to continue to stimulate. When you stimulate a man's mind, when you stimulate him, he's going to want to stay. He's not going to want to ghost you, because when he comes around you, when he connects with you, he feels good. He wants that. You're like a drug to him. He wants to be around you more and more. Sometimes you got to kind of ghost him to be like, hey, well, you know, I thought I was going to be able to see you today, which is Tuesday, but I tell you what, we're going to have a really good time this Saturday. I'm going to be available again this Saturday. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make sure that you're keeping that energy that he wants to be, you know, in front of, that energy that, you know, when you get around a man, you got to make him feel like a king. I'm telling you, you got to make him feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, I really, truly love this restaurant. I've been like watching this restaurant for so long. I never thought I would be able to eat here because it's so exclusive and so expensive. And it's just, you know, you're spoiling me. Oh my God. Like, you know, you got to make him think that he's, you know, changing your life. You could have probably been ate there 2 days ago, but he don't need to know all of that. You know, you can just let him know, like, I really, truly, like, I'm so grateful and thank you. And we really have to make them feel like men. We shouldn't make them feel like they're just obligated to take care of us. They're just obligated to pay for us. When they get out and they do that, now you have to be in your role and you have to nurture him for, you know, taking you out to a nice dinner. Hold his hand, okay? You know, when you talk to him, put your hand on his and, you know, like just talk to him and things of that nature. Oh my God, why are you over there? You with me, honey? Sit, bring that chair a little closer. You know, sit a little closer to him. You know, even though it's on, you know, date number 1 or date number 2, you make him feel special. You make him feel like, oh, hey, how you doing? I've been really waiting to hear from you all day. You got to really put that finesse in it to make him want to continue to call you. So when you make him feel good, when he call you like, oh my God, I've had such a rough day, but I knew it was going to get better the minute I heard from you. Finesse. You know what I'm saying? If he gets bored, he's going to ghost you, because you know what? He's going to go for that thrill. And guess what? Keita over there giving him that thrill. Okay. Keita on that phone going in. Okay. She caking all day, all night. She know exactly what it is to say. So continue to stimulate him. That means maybe he has become uninterested. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you just got to continue to stimulate him. All right. You say, okay, so I somewhat did that And still, so if you still like, if you're stimulating him, he's not going to go anywhere. Okay. When they leave, either they have somebody else who's stimulating them. Okay. It can be that they have a whole other life that they're not letting you go. They have to share their time between you and somebody else. And I personally, let me think. I'm going to think if I've ever had a guy who like ghosted me. I haven't really experienced that, y'all. Okay. But I was the queen of stimulation. Ain't gonna lie. But if they do ghost you, like I said, they probably have somebody else. I ain't gonna lie. If they don't have anybody else that they're probably in a more committed relationship with, they could be, living with their baby mama or with their baby mama, or, they just have somebody else that they're like invested in. Maybe it's just a girlfriend, but they've been together for 3 years. He probably slowly but surely breaking up with her, but he done met you in the midst of that. But now she want to work things out or whatever. It could be things of that nature. There's 50 million reasons as to why a man will ghost you, but I will tell you why a man won't ghost you is when he does feel stimulated, when he does feel the potential and the connection that you guys have. So you definitely have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give him that stimulation that he wants. Okay. Let me see. Anybody else have any questions, y'all? I was supposed to call y'all. Please excuse it, Mom. Okay. I was supposed to call and get through. So are you dressing up when he's around? Like, are you? And then, like I say, that's why I say you need to make the date, because you need to take him on something different. Like, don't take him on something that's boring. Don't go to Chili's. Okay, these are places you do not want to go on dates. All right, Chili's, Olive Garden, Red Lobster, TGI Fridays, Longhorn. Those are not dates. Not if you're over 40. I'm going to say 30, 35 and up. Those are not dates. Okay. Like, we don't want dates, dinner dates at places like that. Okay. You definitely want to go to something that's a more higher tier, a nice steakhouse. Like I said, you can go to a nice hotel and have dinner there at a nice hotel. They have beautiful restaurants in those hotels. You can go there and have a nice date. You say, and bet not take me there. Child, listen, that's why I say you plan the date. Y'all make sure you plan the date, okay? Do not date somebody for more than a week and you haven't gone on a date, okay? Within 7 days after meeting them, you need to have your date. And I mean, within 7 days after meeting them, you must have a date. Not the 7 day will honestly be too late, but you need to get a date because, one, like I said, you have to get in front of them. You have to, and like I say, hold their hand, like do this, or be just a little touchy feely when you talk to them. You're so funny. You always want to make him feel good. Oh my God, you are so funny. You keep me laughing all day. Oh my God, you are like the most funniest person. You have to constantly, okay, give him compliments. All right. It is a job when you're dating out here, when you're looking for Mr. Right. I'm telling you. Okay. Because you have to become Mrs. Right. You know what I'm saying? You ask him, how do you feel about public affection? When I met my husband, he was not a public affection, hold your hand, tell you I love you or kiss you before he leave. They wasn't doing none of that. Now, granted, this is over 25 years ago, so we were way younger. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't doing none of that. I had to let him know, hello, this is what I like. You know what I'm saying? This is what I like. This is what I want. When I'm out in public with him, we called up. Okay, we all up in the pretzel mode, right? I'm going to kiss you in public. If I feel like kissing you, I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. I'm going to kiss you in public, right? Things of that nature. If that's something that you don't like, then you need to let that be known, right away. You want to be as honest. And this is what the people that you care about, that like, if you're looking for love and you're looking for a relationship, you want to be as honest, as open and honest as you possibly can. You don't want to start it off lying and being dishonest and or deceiving. There are some things that you don't have to lie about, but I would say some information can perhaps be redacted. Okay. You don't have to put it all out there. You know what I'm saying? If your rent only $500 a month, he don't have to, know all of that. All right. If you don't pay your car off and he's like, well, how much is your car payment? You let him know how much it was. Well, that's how much my car payment was, and he may say, I'm going to keep paying it. And you receive that, you receive that. So yes, you guys feel very confident in the connection. Make him feel comfortable. We have to start masculating these men, you guys. They have become so feminine nowadays. So we have to make sure we put that masculine back in them, letting them know, I want you to open the door for me. You know what I'm saying? I want you to take out the trash. When you come over, I'm expecting for you to take out the trash. I'm expecting for you to, fill my tank up each week. You know what I'm saying? And you must also nurture him with that. If he's doing that, y'all, acknowledge him. Oh my God, babe, thank you so much. You take such good care of me. Oh my God, I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much for filling my tank up for the week, baby. I really, truly appreciate that. I don't know what I would do without you. Like, you take care of me, and God, I feel so safe with you. I'm so grateful, and I hope this leads to something, bigger and better for us, baby. Like, really, truly, thank you so much. Make everything that he does, when he goes and he give you some money for grocery, you gonna call him, you gonna FaceTime him. Oh my God, baby, look, I'm in the kitchen, I'm putting up the groceries, and oh my God, baby, I'm so, so, so grateful. Like, thank you so much for this. You've taken such a burden off my back. Like, you always take care of me. You always make sure I'm straight. Thank you, baby. You have to make sure that you acknowledge him. Don't make a man regret giving you something or doing something for you. Okay? You have to make sure that you get in there with that finesse, and you get in there with that nurturing energy, and you take care of him emotionally the way he's taking care of you financially. Okay? Now, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get on up out of here and call my man, okay, while I can, before I go to bed. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all.